So this hunt came about months ago. Back in the summer, received a message on Instagram from Brent asking if we've ever crane hunted, if we'd be interested, if we wanted to come down to Texas and do it. He said they have some really good success, big groups of cranes. It's a lot of fun, and kind of lined up some dates, and the time was finally here, and we headed the long drive down to West Texas to hunt Sandhill cranes with Brent Folks and Premier Sandhills.
Feed on the far south end of the field, and then just on the west border across the blacktop, there was another big swath. So there should be a bunch of birds in here. It should be good.
I didn't think it would be near a slow pace. It was definitely a change of pace, I should say. Just the way they worked, really took their time to come in, really vocal, and really a lot bigger flocks than I thought they'd be in too.
My name's Brent Fowks. I'm with Premier Sandhills. We're located about an hour and 45 minutes due south of Lubbock, Texas, a little town called Big Spring. We guide sandhill crane hunts. We provide a professional wing shooting experience for wing shooters of all experience levels. We live in a primary wintering ground for a lot of sandhill crane that migrate through this area. They get to us and they roost on these big salt flats, and they're big mineral lake bottoms. It's mainly sheet water, roughly 6 to 8 inches of water, and that's what roosts all these birds. And they come off the salt lakes, and primarily milo, peanuts, corn, high carb food sources when the weather's really bad and the conditions are rough. Their food patterns are really similar to ducks and geese. They like to hang out in the field all day, unlike them, but as far as their diets, it's really similar to other waterfowl.
As a waterfowl hunter, it's really kind of a different hunt because we're used to using calls, and when it comes to the sandhill cranes, there's not a whole lot of calling that goes into it. So when they would turn or they would look like they weren't interested, usually you'd be tempted to want to hit that duck call or that goose call and try and turn them to come back, and it's not that way with cranes. They're going to do their thing, and they don't really want the call. They want to see the decoys.
The first thought in my mind was, will my dogs even want to play this game? So we went and we did some work. I used some big goose decoys. I made some homemade dummies that I thought were about the right weight and the right size, and we practiced a little bit and they did fine with that. So beyond that, it was, can the dogs do it? Do they have the drive? Do they have the courage to come down here and pick these gigantic things? So that was Diesel. I sent out on that first retrieve, and to see him go out and hit that bird like he would a duck or a goose or anything else and figure out how to pick it and bring it back clean, to me was, it was a special moment for all, and I brought 4 dogs, they were all special moments, but to see him do it first time in front of everybody, all the work, everything leading into it, it was fantastic. It was amazing.
Kill him. Kill him. Kill him.
I would go back, despite how long the drive is for us from the Midwest, down to Brent's place at Premier Sandhills. I would most definitely do it again. It's a long haul, but it is a unique experience. They're slow flying birds. They're a lot of fun to hunt. It's a big, big target as far as wingspan goes, but you still have that small body, and it's cool to see a bird that big take that much time from far out. I mean, we would see them out there at 100 yards just coasting, and it would seem like forever before they would finally get up in there into the kill hole and the shot would get called. They're slow flying, easy to film, which you've got to love. Unique experience, would do it again in an absolute heartbeat. Thank you, Brent. Thank you, Premier Sandhills. If you guys are interested in a crane hunt, look them up. I guarantee you'll have a heck of an experience.